The human obsession with purpose is merely a distraction from the absurdity of existence. If we did not bury our heads in purpose, trying to find meaning in all of the misery and nonsensical of the existence of life, a lot of us would definitely get a gun and just blow our brains out. Some of y'all pop out kids to feel a sense of purpose, to give you a reason to keep on keeping on. I think people call people like me pessimistic because we do not lie. We call reality what it is. Absurd. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? We are all monsters, really. Some of us just choose not to let those monsters take control over us. So what makes you a monster is striving to have some type of gratification, be it finances and sexual, at the expense of someone else's comfort and safety. When they said ignorance is bliss, they simply meant knowing too much will kill your joy. Sometimes joy and happiness stems from the fact that you don't know shit. You don't see things for what they are. You know those things they put on the side of horses' eyes so they don't get distracted by what's happening on the sides? After the truth is revealed, after you see the truth for what it is, unfortunately you can't unsee it. That's why maybe some men choose not to date older women, because baby, her wisdom after everything she's been through, she ain't about to be dumb for your ass. She ain't about to be submissive to your ass, cause she knows better. Men wanting younger girls, you know, girls my age, younger, it's never been about looks. Older women are just as pretty. It's because we're gullible. We're still young. We don't know ourselves. We don't know what we want, and so we are a hunter's perfect conquest. So I saw a tweet the other day. This gent is like, God has favorites. There's no denying that. And I was like, I think that statement highlights how much people don't want to take any accountability for Jack. By saying God has favorites, you are blaming your suffering, you are blaming your current situation on something else other than yourself. This year I had to do a major introspection and it was painful. I realized that there are some girls who started off where I started off, and a lot of them have catapulted onto greater heights than I ever have. I haven't. Why is my progress slow? Yes, sometimes your situation, your background delays. Too many people need you. Too many people need your help. So sometimes you don't invest yourself fully because there's too many people who need you. But am I sitting here blaming God for my misfortunes and not being where I thought I would be? No. I'm taking accountability. I could have worked harder. I could have invested harder in myself and the things that would have later profited in me. You know, so people lack accountability. We never want to take any accountability for our reality. There always has got to be someone to blame. So that statement alone, God has favorites, is you not wanting to take accountability either for your laziness or not being a go-getter. Because when you actually take a step back and observe people who are more successful than you, those people work hard. People who find it hard to take accountability are people who grew up being told, don't cry, stop chewing so loudly, you could have done better in your grades. Huh, you still driving that car? You still friends with that girl? She comes from the ghetto. Or you'll never be as good as so and so. I think people who grew up with that kind of a childhood are the ones who hate the idea of taking accountability because it makes them feel like they're failures all over again. There's a video circulating of a woman pretty much beating up her son. He looks like he's like 10, 11, 12. And not only did she lose her job, she got arrested. My first thought is, as a child who grew up in an African home, why is that so bizarre? The Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. A kid needs to be beaten up when they're disobedient. Yeah, sure, she might have been a bit more aggressive. She was really whipping on his butt with the belt, grabbed his hair, and for me that showed frustration. A woman who hasn't gotten enough rest, probably no in a while, and so all of the pressure and anger is unfortunately taken up by the kids.